guys are doing well. Happy new week. Just adjusting this bloody Facebook ends up going all massively zoomed in, and then I got to sit back. Anyway, I don't know why that's happening, but anyway, happy Monday. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, and we certainly did. We went out with the Melbourne authors last night to a Lebanese banquet, and it was our final meal for a little while of that quantity. So thus, why this morning's live is called FebFast, Your Way to 2021 Success. And what should we be looking at detoxing and retoxing this particular month? Because it's all fresh and current in my head. I'm going to talk about what we're doing and what some of my authors are also doing. We have gathered together a bit of a group. We got all prepared mid-January, and we said 1st of February, which is today, we are starting on a bit of a detox in multiple areas, right? So I'm going to talk about 6 different things. I need to open up my notes. Six different things. We're looking at detoxing and retoxing in during this month. And there's Janice. She's also part of our food and alcohol, if you like, detox. Good morning, Kim and Janine. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what we're doing. So we're doing food and alcohol detox. So what does that mean? Well, basically, cleaning out our gut and, going on a supplement and lower calorie diet with certain, it's quite prescriptive. I'm not going to describe exactly what it is today, but it goes for 23 days. So the last 2 days we were spending fat loading, which means, obviously for your body to adjust to it. It's one of the steps, yeah. And basically I've done this type of detox. This is now my 5th round. I've been doing it twice a year, once around this time in February after all of the school holidays and bits and pieces, Christmas and all that kind of stuff. You're feeling like, oh, I just want to clean, do a good internal clean, if you like, and once before spring, and that makes me feel really, really good and really well balanced, if you like, because it balances out all your hormones and kind of clears out the gut and all that kind of stuff. So that's what's starting today. I've got my black coffee, so no more cappuccinos for a little while and things like that, and sugar and all that kind of stuff. So food detox, alcohol detox, good idea. If you're doing a food detox, it kind of goes hand in hand that you shouldn't be having alcohol. But there's also other things we need to look at. Well, what do we do a lot of over the holidays and things like that we should be detoxing? And one of the things, I was thinking about is now it's really like, head down, bum up, let's get some work done. So doing a little bit of also socializing detox, not to say I'm not going to have some fun, still my words on Wednesday Zoom chats, and we had the author dinner last night. But obviously if you're going to go on a food and alcohol detox, you kind of, going into social settings is a little bit of a recipe for disaster. I'm not saying stop interacting with people, but just for a few weeks, there's no catch-ups for lunches or dinners and things like that. So that's happening during this month. And also because of the other purposes, I do want to get a lot of other things created and done within the business. So that's where I'm retoxing, if you like. Okay. Netflix is another one you may have been indulging in quite a lot. Maybe now is the time, if you want to get some creative stuff completed, consider maybe reducing or completely detoxing from Netflix and shows and movies, and maybe allocate that time towards something else, which we're going to talk about in the retoxing, right, stage. So Netflix is another one. Another one that's a time sucker, the scrolling through social media. So getting stuck into the social media vortex of looking at other people's posts and just kind of sitting around and you know, letting yourself be entertained by all of that, and then before you know it, an hour or two has gone by, or whatever it is. All right, during summer holidays, you know, by the pool or at the beach or whatever we're doing, a lot of us can get stuck in that social media vortex. So by wanting to retox with creativity and business and setting up new things for the year, perhaps maybe this is a suggestion of detoxing on that. And the last one that I had here written down is an excuses detox, right? It's time to stop and cut the excuses. Good morning, Annette, Karen, nice to see you. And I met some of these guys last night for the first time ever. So excuses detox. It is time to stop utilizing different areas why some things can't happen in your life, or it's too hard and all that kind of stuff, and look for actually alternatives, or maybe why is it that those excuses come up. So what's underneath all of that that's preventing you from achieving whatever goals or dreams that you have. So those are my 6 suggested detoxes if you're willing to take on the challenge for FebFast. Is and I'll summarize for some of you who have just joined on: food, alcohol, social, Netflix, social media vortex scrolling detox, and an excuses detox. Okay, so now that we've kind of got, okay, we're gonna sort of stop doing this, so we're gonna organize our life around those you know, in those areas, so that we gain some more time. Now, what are we gonna retox? Right, so retox, I didn't know if that was a real word, by the way, but it is a real word. I looked it up last night and I go, is there such a thing as retox if there's a detox? And yes, there was. It actually said to start doing something. You know, so retoxing. So what are we retoxing? Let's do it. And let's say, yes, let's do it. You're going to feel amazing at the end of the month. So networking retox. So even though we removed socializing, maybe with friends over dinners and lunches, we're going to add in networking. That means even if it's not physical, that you perhaps sign up to some Zoom networking events. You know, online, it's well and a lot. Like there's so much stuff out there if you're willing to look for it, right? Or of course, in some of the luckier countries and states, there are some networking events starting back up face to face, and that's even better if you can go and actually be with people and all that sort of stuff. So retox your networking muscle, get out there, and of course avoid avoid the lunches or the break. There might be lunches or breakfast, but you can still stick to your thing. You're going there for a purpose, to meet people and network, and perhaps look for collaborative opportunities. So you're going there for a business purpose. You're not going there for a social purpose of eating meals and stuff and drinking, but certainly you can have you know, socializing and meeting your friends. So that's one thing that you know, we're going to be doing this month over, you know, sort of the more, you know, casual catch-ups for drinks and food, right? The second thing of retoxing is, now that we've won back time not watching Netflix and getting stuck in the social media vortex of the news feed, we're going to retox on learning. Okay, learning. So what books have you had sort of on your shelf that haven't been read? What videos would you, you know, you've been wanting to watch on YouTube? And I'm not talking videos for like entertainment purposes, learning, right? Because there's a lot of stuff there, or you might like find some videos. I like looking for 10 or 15 little educational videos and just kind of listening or being inspired, or even doing a meditation through a video on YouTube. So that's, you know, that's where we're kind of adding in back that time that you have taken away from stopping doing some of the other things. So retox your learning, or perhaps research and find a program that you may take part in this year. Where is the gap in your business or in your life, and who is it that does that thing really well that you admire? Could you go and do their program? Have they got a program and things like that? Some of you may already be enrolled in programs. I don't want you to get stuck in that shiny object syndrome. If you're already enrolled in someone else's program, which I know some of my authors obviously are new into my program, you know, I don't want you to add other things on top of it. first of all, ask yourself the question, have I utilized and used all the resources and done all of the suggested things through this program? So one thing I was always great at was, throughout my now 11 years on this journey, is I always invested in mentors and programs and all that kind of stuff over the years. And it has been a good couple of $100,000, if not more, invested in that stuff. But every time I invested, made sure, like, that I followed, did the work, kind of got my value and return on investment. I felt that I could move on then to the next thing. Okay. So if you have been part of a learning program or a group and you haven't utilized all of the resources within it, tap back into that. Tap back into that. I'm sure it's still there for you to be able to access, and that'll give you, so many new tools and ways of doing whatever it is that, you're wanting to get better at. Okay. So have a look at what you already have. You might already have it. How many people buy books all the time and they just never get around to reading them, or but they have them on their Kindle, they never got around to reading them. I got one like just before Christmas. I actually started reading it each morning now to get through it. So I'm sure you've got stuff there that you don't need to get out and, start investing, but you might be ready to. Okay, so if you are ready to do something else, usually people, I've spoken to quite a people over the years that have like an education budget. And that's the thing that they kind of go, okay, my education thing for this year is going to be blah, and then they go forth and they select whatever, whoever, and whatever resonates to them and whatever is important right then and there for them. So learning retox. Ready? The next one is number three. Number three is a sales retox, right? So from having, maybe you've been sitting back, and maybe because everyone's still here in Australia anyway, being school holidays, and kids are now, from now, my kids got dropped off and are in their first full week of school. Last week was just the first days. And now it's the first full week. So it is really time to start thinking about, who are the people I need to reconnect with? Who are the people that I need to talk about? Maybe those collaborative. I think we spoke about this last week. Who are the new, maybe the things I need to follow up on that I said I was going to follow up on in 2020. And now it's the time, like, kids have gone to school, you're at the office, hopefully you can focus and all that kind of stuff. You really need to amp it up. You want to give your year a great start, because when you have a great start to the year, it kind of carries through the rest of it. So a sales retox. And so that's also why the book that I'm reading currently is called Sales Dogs, right? And Sales Dogs is something. Good morning, Sharon. It's something that I'm always looking for ways of looking at sales differently. What kind of ways resonate with me. Is there little tips and tricks that I can pick up on? Because if you're the business owner within what you do, of course, sales is the bloodline of your business. So you need the sales retox. February is the month to do that. That's it. We're really into the year right now. Now, the next thing is the creation retox. So remember, we one time back from Netflix and social media, because we're detoxing and all of that. But you need to get back into that creative side. So also by creating, and so the next one was creation retox and content retox, which means, writing new stuff, developing new videos, bringing out and collating new programs, that you can put out there. Because guess what? If you do those things, you are going to have more ability to to make sales, right? Especially if you're launching a new program, or you're adding on to your collateral that you already have, right? So so creation, are you going to create a new online program? Are you going to write another book? Which is what I'm doing right now. So again, this February, this month for me is about, finishing my Shut Up and Sell Your First Book, which is the trilogy of the 3 books, the Shut Up and Write Your First Book, 48-Hour Author, and then that's the next one, and redoing the covers and all. So getting all of that kind of stuff organized. Yeah. So retoxing on content creation, and of course, from that will come sales. And the last thing, which was tied into the very, very first things about what we said earlier, the food and alcohol detox. Now, of course, we want to bring in exercise retox, right? So bring in a regular exercise routine and movement into your daily lives. I always find do the worst thing first. If exercise is not my favorite thing in the world, but I still manage and schedule it in 4 times a week. And I started doing this, I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago. And from that time, I have not stopped doing 4 times a week. And it's what gets scheduled, gets done. And I always do it first thing in the morning, because then I don't even have to think about it. If I have to get up and do exercise like at 3 or 5 or in the evening, and it's never going to get done. It's like all the excuses will keep playing in my head. Yeah. So what times of the day? I find Monday to Thursday for me works well. So I can have kind of this thing. I'm gonna like be really focused Monday to Thursday, and then Friday to Sunday, and it's gonna be, just do whatever I want. Like I've done my kind of work for myself, for my health, for everything, for my business, and then I can relax and just enjoy it. So that's how I kind of balance it out so that I can have lazy periods and then I can have really focused and productive periods. So that's what we are detoxing and retoxing. So wherever you're going to win time back, you fill it up with other productive stuff. And if you do this for this just 1 month of Feb, even the next three to 4 weeks, you will find yourself on a very positive trajectory towards what 2021 will end up looking like for you. So let's summarize. All right. So the 6 detoxes during February: food, alcohol, social, like, lunches, dinners, things like that, Netflix, scrolling through the social media vortex, and excuses detox. And the 6 retoxes are going to be obviously exercise, regular, right? Networking, so being with other people and actually looking to connect, to build connections, to build your business. Learning, creation retox, content, and very much so sales retox. Yeah. Pick up, if anything in learning, if you can't pick something, I would always pick, if I can't think of what else is something new to learn, I'll go pick up another book on sales, or I'll pick up another thing or a video and things like that. Because if you are the face of your business, you are going to be, responsible for driving that, and you have to keep improving. And I love it. You're in. Yes. So if anyone wants to know more about the detox that we're doing, the food stuff, just let me know in the comments, and I can connect you with my detox coach, Gail, and she can talk to you about it, because I've said it so many times to so many people, but we're a group of about 10 of, like 8 to 9 maybe, of us, and we're reporting into each other every single day and giving each other updates, and that's all starting as of today. And as I said, the weekend was fat loading weekend, and I was so like up to here of food. I don't want to see another thing for a little while now. And Stuart's doing it, and Vivi's doing it, and like 3 or 4 of my authors are doing it. So it's really good when you can do it with other people, because you can just kind of tell each other's, ups and downs throughout the whole journey. And that's how it's been all of the rounds that I have done that. So that's it, guys. That's as simple as that. There's nothing more that I can add on to this. Otherwise, we overcomplicate it. I mean, there's a lot, there's going to be a lot of focus and effort to get this done, to be able to detox and retox in all of these areas. But you just start with one thing at a time. I've got all my task list here, my checklist of all the things that I've got to do. I've got my tray here with, check this out. So what I do in the morning, so I've got my black coffee, which we're allowed to have on this. So then I have got my drops, which I'm going to have before I eat my apple, which is part of the thing. And I've got my this little supplement pill that you're going to eat when you're having your apple. Oh, I dropped it in the apple. And then this is my fiber for later on. And so everything comes in on the tray, because this is all the stuff that I need until lunch, right? And then I've got an alarm clock set up when I have to take these special drops for the detox that we're doing. So everything just comes in, so I don't have to think about it, and then I'm just ticking stuff off. Um, yeah, so that's how I like, you just got to get organized, and then just all I do is get organized and then start ticking stuff off. It's just ticking stuff off throughout the day, and it happens, and the results show themselves at the other end. And see my top today, Supergirl, Superwoman, whatever, Superman. That's the my new collection. You guys, I don't know, I haven't worn my Superman tops for a long time. I have so many of them, so many of them. Like I literally have like 10 or 12 different colors. And I thought I'd wear this. I want to feel superhuman on this in this month, because we've got 2 retreats coming up. We've got the Aussies. Actually, the logistics call is in like half an hour with the Aussies. I've picked their song and I'm going to show them what they have to dance to. And then we've got our American and Canadian one later on. Like, so we have 2 retreats as well. So not only retoxing on the other things, but for us it'll be retoxing on retreat time, and 2 in like 3 weeks is pretty massive, to put out there. And then we've got our half day tomorrow for Australia, and lots of things happening this week. So have a wonderful week, or whatever you're doing. Make your decisions today. It's the first, it's Monday, it's new month. Like, what more could you ask for? It's just that perfect. And this is a short month, right? It's exactly 4 weeks long, like 28 days. If you just made that focus, and you will, the momentum will carry you. I can guarantee you that, because positive stuff brings on more positive stuff, and you feel like, oh, I'll just keep going, or in these good habits that I have redeveloped, because we can all really get messed up over Christmases, and kids being home for school holidays. It's summertime, and obviously with us, like just being released from quarantines and lockdowns for like after 4 or 5 months, we went crazy. We went everywhere. We went to every restaurant and all that kind of stuff. We've had our fun, and now it's time, like, let's just get back to reset, hit the reset button, and keep going to achieve the new goals for the year. Have a beautiful week, and guys, smash it out.